We've been going through the Mishnah. We discussed, Rabbi Leff took us through Hevu Metunim Bedin, be patient in judgment. Rabbi Milstein took us through Va'amidu Talmidim Harbe, to establish and to make many students. And now we are on the final and third part of the Mishnah. V'asiu siag laTorah, to make a fence around the Torah. And this part of the Mishnah is about creating safe spaces in our lives. Spaces that truly nurture and allow us to become great people. And we need to all think proactively, because on one level the Mishnah is talking to the rabbis of the Sanhedrin who made decrees to protect the laws of the Torah. On the other hand, the Mishnah is really talking to each and every single one of us as individuals. And for each and every single one of us to think in our own lives how to proactively create spaces which are safe and which are conducive to becoming great people, environments. We need to think about what are the elements that go into our home, that in our homes, the way that we talk and the way that we interact with one another creates a particular atmosphere and entrenches certain values. And that is what the final part of the Mishnah is about. And it is with great pleasure that I invite Rabbi Wawa Jacobson to come onto the stage to address us.
I'm glad you find it funny. Not everybody does. Decides to campaign and try to get the Floridian vote. So he travels to Miami, and of course, the first place to visit is a Jewish old age home, a home for assisted living. Here he will begin his campaign trail to convince at least the Jews of Florida that he is the man. He enters into this home, the old age home, and he meets a 101-year-old Jewish woman. He says, "Hello." She says, "Hi, my dear." He says, "Do you recognize me?" She says, "No, my bubala." He says, "Do you know my name?" She says, "Absolutely not, but you can tell it to me." He says, "You don't know who I am? My hairdo? My blondness, my charm, my charisma, my personality, my fame, everybody in the world knows me." She says, "I don't. I'm sorry, my ingala, but I don't know." He is beside himself. He's like, "I cannot believe you don't know who I am. Tell me right now you know who I am." Another woman, a few decades younger, approaches him and says, "Relax, relax. Don't stress out. This happens often around here. I will call the woman from the front desk. She will tell you who you are. If I am I because you are you, and you are you because I am I, you are not you and I am not I, because I am I only because you are you, so there's no I because my only I is based on you. But if I am I because I am I and you are you because you are you, then I am I and you are you. And now we can begin to schmooze. Now we can begin to have a relationship." People need boundaries. Anybody a little bit familiar with halacha? One of the most powerful ideas of halacha, I always tell this to my children. Any tractate in Mishnayos, Torah, the sages respected boundaries. All of Shabbat focuses on boundaries. There's my boundary, there's your boundary. It's healthy, it's good. Because if I know who I am, I have the space to know who you are and to create space for you without feeling choked or swallowed up. But you know what? Torah also needs boundaries. Judaism also has boundaries. Not everything goes. Who did we learn this from? One of the greatest women ever. She wasn't Jewish, she was a Moabite woman. Her name was Ruth. And in the first chapter, it's the only time in Jewish history that I know that a daughter-in-law voluntarily followed her mother-in-law. Naomi says, "Go get a life." She says, "No, I want to be with you." I'm like, wow. Naomi says, I'm an old lady. Why spend the rest of your life with your shviger? And Ruth tells her, Basher telchi elech, Basher talini olin, Amichami elekayich elekai, Basher tomusi amos v'shameh kaver. Ruth 1, where you go, I go. Where you dwell, I dwell. Your people is my people. Your God is my God. Where you die, I will die. And Rashi says right there that Naomi was giving her a lesson about the boundaries of Judaism. Tchum Shabbos, Taryag mitzvahs. In detail, Rashi goes through from a Gemara, from the Talmud. But the question is, where do we create those boundaries? Where do we create the fences? There are the fences of halacha, but then there are the social fences. Who belongs in the umbrella of Torah? The umbrella of the Jewish people. A fence you must make. There is a boundary. There's something called the domain of Torah, a consciousness of Torah, a Jewish way of life, a Jewish sensitivity. Who is included? So the rabbis, some say, Vasu Syagla Torah means make a fence, and make the fence as exclusive as possible. In my fence, nobody is allowed. Just me and the people that look like me and the people that agree with me. You know the t-shirt, I'm very easy to get along with once you learn to worship me. But what the sages are saying is, you have to build that fence. But they just said a moment ago, many students, Hamidu Talmidim Harbe, we heard. They just said before that, be patient, be deliberate. And now make a fence, a susyak. Make a fence, but make sure that that fence is not an exclusive one. It's a fence that includes. Reach out and into every single Jew and show them that no matter what their opinion may be of themselves, their past, their upbringing, they have a space of dignity within the Chayma, within the 4,000-year fortress of Torah, of Yiddishkeit, of God's unconditional love to the people, and of the destiny of the nation of eternity to revolutionize planet Earth and make it a space of oneness, of kindness, of love, of profound morality and connectedness. So my dear brothers and sisters, Chief Rabbi Rabbanim, beloved friends, holy Yiddish Kindalach, in this incredible gathering of the Jewish people and the Jewish soul in Johannesburg, let this be a year when we, each of us, expands our hearts, our homes, our shuls, our communities, to reinvigorate ourselves and to influence at least one more soul, a nephew, a niece, a brother, a sister, a cousin, a friend, an employer, an employee, a partner, a comrade, a cricket soulmate, or even a poker soulmate. To include them in the majestic heritage that is theirs for eternity. Thank you very much.